This week, Alex is in Porthleven, Cornwall, helping a seafood restaurant.
Amelies, Porthleven, Sam speaking, how may I help you? Yep.
Owner Sam Sheffield Dunstan has been struggling to find the right head chef for nearly a year.
We have interviewed, we've trialled, we've done everything we can, and it just hasn't worked. And it's got to the point where I am so stressed that I've been in the kitchen myself working rather than take the wrong person.
4 years ago, Sam gave up a highly paid job in London and risked it all for the dream of running her own restaurant.
Everything went into this. We put our heart and soul in it, and every penny that we had into this business.
So far, it's a gamble that's paid off.
We do seafood, but rustic seafood, full of flavour. It's not overcomplicated.
But Porthleven's popularity as a gastro hotspot is growing, and so is the competition.
Porthleven is really up and coming. When I opened, there was just 2 restaurants. Very quickly after that, there followed, within the space of 2 years, a further 4 restaurants.
There are now 10 restaurants. To stay ahead of the crowd, it's crucial that Sam finds the right head chef.
We've had 1 head chef that was here for a long while, and then since his departure, 3 head chefs that have not worked out. So it's been a stressful time. And, we're worried. We're worried about the impact it's going to have, and we need to have that head chef in place. It's got to be something more than just a job. It's got to be someone that really wants to make a difference. We just haven't found him or her. We just haven't found that person.
After advertising the post of head chef, 9 applicants have been shortlisted.
Good morning, chefs.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome.
Over the course of the week, they will all be interviewed on their chef skills.
Trying to make a stock in this time, it's like, come on.
And their character.
Keith Floyd, this.
Under Alex's guidance, 3 chefs will be shortlisted to go through to a final interview at the end of the week. It's day 1, and our first 3 hopefuls are about to be tested.
Why do you think it's so hard to find someone who's right?
Basically, they just don't get the level of service right, or the quality isn't correct. There's always something missing.
Is there a particular ability that you're looking for in your seafood chef?
I think somebody that can just literally, the fisherman, bring it in the back door and say, we've had this landed today, and it could be anything, and that aren't, scared of looking at that and thinking of a great, fantastic way of presenting that.
Yeah, and also someone who is skilled, because seafood is so expensive, relatively speaking, and there's quite a lot of wastage, isn't there, if it's not treated properly. Well, I've got 3 candidates for you today. The first one is Aaron James, and he's currently in Newquay.
It's an early start for our chefs, who are all local boys. Family man Aaron is already an executive head chef. He's been cooking professionally for 24 years and is hoping to put his own stamp on the restaurant.
To be at this interview, I'm missing my son's birthday. He'll be 6. I think that just shows my commitment to moving on, benefiting myself, benefiting my family.
He's been 14 years in the same place.
OK.
And so I'm interested as to why he wants to move now. He's managed to achieve the first AA Rosette only this last year, and so it seems an odd point to decide to move, having brought the restaurant that he's at along to such a degree.
His salary, supposedly, then, would be quite large if he's coming from somewhere like that.
Maybe that we discover that he's had enough of managing this huge brigade, and he wants to get back to cooking.
I hope that the owners see the passion I have, and I hope they take on board and they believe in me as much as I believe in the place.
Chef number 2 is Tom Mackins.
OK.
He's already at executive level after only 9 years of cooking.
At 24, surfer Tom is the youngest of today's candidates. He's worked in some of the best kitchens in Cornwall and enjoys cooking using the finest locally sourced ingredients.
I love being by the sea, and for the restaurant being right on the harbour side, being able to speak to the fishermen on a daily basis to get the fish in, I think that's something that's really perfect for my style of food, which really will help me push my career forward.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
How are you, all right? How's things?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. You?
Yeah, good, good. Excited.
Good.
Me and Aaron used to work together. Aaron's a very good chef, very talented, and taught me a lot. So, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about going up against him, but, you know, we'll see who wins.
I mean, he's got one of the shortest CVs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He gives not much detail about what inspires him or what makes him passionate.
But also 2 people that he's worked for quite a good amount of time as well, so quite interested to see him.
Yes, I'm interested to see him too. I just want to know what makes him tick. And then the third chef is Martin Davis.
Head chef Martin is keen to lay down some roots and find a restaurant where he can shine with his Mediterranean-style cooking.
I'm applying for this job because it's going to offer me stability, and obviously I've got a little girl and a wife. It's time to settle down, basically, and push forward and put my name somewhere, so people are going to come for my food.
He's got an incredibly long CV, mainly made up of seasonal work. He always sets alarm bells off when you see winter season, summer season. You know, he's never worked anywhere more than 11 months.
Yeah.
Do I know you?
I've seen you before.
I recognise you, mate.
Hi, mate.
How's it going? So, Martin.
Hello, mate. Aaron, nice to meet you.
Yourself?
Yeah, good. I recognise you from somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to put my finger on it myself.
And he has his own catering business now, so I wonder how would he manage to keep that going while doing 60 hours a week here in the height of the summer?
Well, I wonder if it is still going. I think we'll find that out.
You and Nicky boys
Home Porth originally,
Where did you work?
Freelance now, mate.
But where did you work before?
Here, there and everywhere, literally. Here, there and everywhere.
I'm really looking forward to meeting all of them. Let's see what they can do.
It's all fun.
Tom's a great chef. In the past, I brought the best out in him, and I can imagine I'm going to see it today, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? It's teacher against pupil.
Perth are good chefs, from what I gather, yeah, so competition is going to be competition.
The chefs will be scrutinised on their chef skills, undergo a face-to-face interview and prepare a pre-planned signature dish.
Good morning, chefs.
Hiya.
So, Aaron, Tom, Martin, this is Sam, the proprietor of this establishment. We're very glad to welcome you today. We think before we sit down and talk to you properly, we're going to find out what your cooking skills are like.
So we're looking for someone really to get stuck in. We obviously love our seafood, but we like seafood done a little bit differently here. So what we've brought with us today is a spider crab.
These spider crabs are about 1 kilo each and are already cooked. How long do you think they needed to be cooked for?
Between 15 to 20 minutes, plus resting time in the liquid, depending on the actual size.
You said the same, boys?
Yeah, 15, and then obviously leave it on the side, let it cool, and keep finishing cooking itself on the side.
I actually went 8 to 10 minutes. The legs are small, go much longer than that, and I think personally you'll overcook the meat.
Great. These were £5 a kilo, and we want you to prepare a complete dish that would end up on a menu at £21. Anything
Fantastic.
further to say?
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Good. So, happy cooking.
Knew you'd be in there first.
This is a test of the chef's culinary skills and technique, with Sam specifically looking at preparation, portion control and costings.
Normally do a simple spider crab linguine, but obviously she just wants something different.
It's something I've definitely used before. Because they're so small, they are a bit a nightmare to prep.
Worked with crabs most of my life, so yeah, I know the sort of ingredients which marry with crab.
So, what is the right time to cook a spider crab?
8 to 10 minutes. So out of all of them, Tom was actually the right one.
It was very interesting because we were expecting Aaron immediately to be the most knowledgeable. And actually, the youngest of the bunch, Tom, who held back, was the only one who got it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So immediately, that sets the cat among the pigeons a bit. I imagine that you are looking to the level of skill which ensures that there's the least amount of wastage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the spider crab, it's fiddly because most of the meat is in the legs. So although it looks like a big product, it's actually quite a little bit in there, so it'll be interesting how they bulk that dish up as well to make it that £21 worth.
You need to use the meat from a whole crab, wouldn't you, for a £21 dish?
Yeah, absolutely, every bit of it. You know, really using every single part of it because you don't want any wastage.
And it's local, it's here. It's on your doorstep.
Literally,
so it couldn't be
5
fresher.
minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes out of the water.
Porthleven is a seasonal location. The head chef that Sam hires will need to have a skill set that can deal with any catch of the day from the local fishermen. To get by in the kitchen, Sam currently relies on trusted friend and chef Mark Devonshire, who's an expert when it comes to seafood.
You know, being sat right on the quay, we attract quite a lot of people because we use a lot of local shellfish and a lot of fish that landed. So we've only just had the fish. It's only just come in the door now, so we're running slightly a bit late.
Mark is on hand to lend expert advice on how to get the best out of spider crab.
Unfortunately, a lot of these spider crabs get exported to Spain with a lot of our fish as well. It's important for our chefs to know lots of different techniques and lots of different recipes to maximise the profit for the shellfish. So dressing it is actually quite simple. We remove the legs like that, and what I'm going to do now is very, very gently I'm going to remove the purse like that, okay, to remove the body. And now we're going to remove the meat from the shell. Right, so I'm picking slowly out of here. You're going to get maximum meat out of the legs rather than the purse. The chef's going to have to know what he's doing. You can lose a lot of meat out there. So for me, the ideal head chef is going to know how to dress crabs. He's also going to know what to do with the shells. The bones from the fish are going to be used to make stock. I will hate to see a chef pick it out and then chuck the rest in the bin.
Back in the kitchen, with the prep well underway, Alex, Sam and Mark check on the chef's progress.
What have we done with the shell?
All I've done is just thrown away the head. Okay.
Right, okay.
I've kept the claws here.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you taken the meat out of the claws? Have you?
I've taken some of the meat out of the claws, but haven't used the whole of the crab.
Well, I think you need to carry on.
Oh, let's
Brilliant.
hope it comes out. Yeah.
Do we want to know what you're planning?
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do myself, use a classic, I'm going to make a crab risotto. Okay, but with the crab risotto, I'm going to use some fennel, a little bit of tarragon, some pernod, and I'm going to make some little dumplings, deep fry them, and just finish off the dish with some samphire and a little bit of the dumplings. Does that sound okay?
Well, you're very brave, because I have to tell you I do the best risotto.
Oh, don't say that, you can't say that. Yeah, but it'll have a little bit of me in it.
What have you got in the stock so far, Alex?
Okay, all I've got on the stock is just the spider crab, which I've just roasted off, a little bit of aniseed and some water and a little bit of salt.
I can smell the aniseed.
And the reason why I'm not going to overpower with lots of ingredients, remember we're on a budget.
Yep.
Okay, which is really important because we want to be making money.
How much would you say you've got in there so far, money-wise?
What, fennel-wise?
No,
money-wise, well, all I've done is use the shell, okay? They bought, 30p. Not even that, love, honestly. We're going to try and keep it under budget, aren't we? We want to make some money at the end of the day. We're making money.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. 3 minutes, you've got a risotto. That's the whole idea. That's the reason why I'm doing this sort of dish, yeah? Because this could be sold easily in the restaurant at a price, at a good price.
Aaron's doing a classic crab risotto, I would say a fairly classic,
yep.
With pernod and with fennel and with tarragon, did you say?
It's quite aniseedy.
Do you put risottos on the menu here?
Yes, yeah, we do. A lot of our risottos are made with the white wine base because I want something fresh and clean rather than having that very strong pernod flavour.
Also, the thing that was the glaring thing for me is he called you love.
Yes, he did.
I personally do not think it's appropriate to call your potential boss love. No. And then he also, to add insult to injury, said, you know, we need to try and make some money for this dish. Oh, really? Oh, I never realised. You know, that kind of level of condescension is a bit irritating.
Yes, it is. I was quite shocked at that.
He's only using half the meat, which I personally think is a bit stingy for a £21 dish.
And I would expect the whole crab to be used, 100%.
I think my biggest competition would be somebody who knows me, knows the standards, and knows my cooking, and they will try everything in their power to top that.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, you all right?
Hi,
How's
Tom.
things?
Good. What are you planning to do?
Flavour-wise, I'm going to stick to the classic fennel, tarragon, things like that. But I'm going to get these bones roasted off as quick as I can, make a consommé, and then I'm going to make a salad with sea vegetables, purslane, samphire, mix some of the white crab in through that.
How do you know Aaron?
Aaron. Me and Aaron, actually, Aaron was one of my mentors a few years ago. Aaron was my head chef. So, no pressure. Well,
I like
we'll see what happens.
Good.
You never know. I might have learned too much from him.
Yeah, I know. Fantastic.
Excellent.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Tell me about the dish. I am a big lover of consommé, and I know this is an amazing flavour, very sweet.
It is. It's very sweet, and you've got a lot of depth in the brown crab.
Yeah.
So here, I've taken out most of the claws. I'm going to finish taking this down in a minute, take the rest of the brown crab out.
So tell me, how much of the crab are you going to use in the one dish?
Probably half of it, in all honesty. It's just a waiting game, trying to make sure I can leave this for as long as I can to get as much flavour in there, then bring it out, pass it. Every second that goes by, it's just nerve-wracking because I lose more time at the end.
How much of the crab is he using?
He's using half the crab.
So again.
Why?
And he's using sea vegetables.
It's nice. I like the way that sounds.
Fresh and delicious and appealing, and
Very
also
appealing.
something that you wouldn't make at home.
No.
Anything that's kind of add a bit of theatre to the dining room is a winner for me.
I fear an arrogant chef because for some reason it just puts me down because I'm not as arrogant, so it makes me feel like, oh, maybe I'm not as good. But, you know, each to their own. Everyone's learned different styles, everyone's done different things off different chefs, and, yeah, good luck to everyone.
Hello, how are you, Martin?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you like cooking the spider crab?
I do, yeah. It's really nice, sweet meat, so, yeah, really tasty.
You're accustomed to it. You've managed to get a lot of meat out.
You have got a lot of meat out.
As much as I can, I'm just trying to,
Where are you from originally? You're not
Originally,
from
the Midlands. I've lived down here for 13 years.
Okay.
And originally born and bred.
OK, well, we'll take you. We'll take you as a cornish. It's all right, long enough. Do you know these two? Do you know Tom and do you know Aaron?
I've heard Tom and I know. I do know you, and we're still trying to put a finger on where we've met and where we've worked. But yeah, we do. So a little cheeky grin when I walked in. You can always remember a cheeky grin like that. So I'm up against a couple of good chefs, so yeah, it should be good.
Make it interesting.
It certainly will, yeah.
Happy cooking.
Thank you very much.
you.
Tell me, how much crab are you envisaged to put in this dish?
Using all of this crab at the moment. I was missing a leg and a half off my crab anyway, which is quite a bit of meat, yeah.
OK, well done, thank you very much.
Come on, stock. Come on, it's trying to make a stock in this time. It's like, come on.
Is Martin using the whole crab?
Yes.
Good.
Martin's using the whole crab.
And he's making croquettes.
Yes.
And he's doing it with a red pepper.
Coulis.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be really... got some good flavours there, and he's sticking very much to the Mediterranean kind of feel to it.
I think the competition's very high. Knowing the competition doesn't help because you just have to put your up your game.
I never think I've heard this much silence in the kitchen before.
It's certainly different. It's not as clear as I'd like, but I'm hoping that there'll be enough flavour in there to make up for that. I think I've chosen the right dish that might just take me through.
I had a few problems. I couldn't really get as much flavour out of the crab shells in that time frame to make the bechamel sauce and call it, so it's a bit of a risky dish to do from the word go.
There are just 5 minutes to go. Time's up.
Hi, Alex, Sam, Mark.
Thanks, love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanking you.
So, first of all, Mark, do you want to say how long you'd have liked to see a crab cooked for?
For me, no longer than 8 to 10 minutes for a spider crab of that size. And resting time afterwards, because the residual heat in any crustacean is quite important, because if you leave it in the water too long, it's going to overcook.
You held back.
Well done, Sam.
Yeah. So I thought you were a bit shy when the other two said their times. You're like, uh-oh, I've obviously messed up. But you actually got it right. Well done. So, Aaron, let's have a look at his dish first.
Aaron's dish is deep-fried crab bonbons on a bed of spider crab risotto, flavoured with pastis, fennel and tarragon, garnished with samphire and fennel fronds.
My risottos are a bit wetter than that.
Yep, fine.
It looks a bit drier than I would do. So, shall we have a go? I like all the textures, but for me it's a bit heavy on the Pernod.
OK.
I prefer to see white wine with crab, but that's a personal opinion. What do you think?
I definitely agree.
OK.
I do like the bonbons, they're a really lovely texture.
I like the bonbons.
But I do also feel that it's a little under-seasoned.
OK.
Perfectly cooked risotto.
What would you cost that dish
I mean, that size, you could get away with only using half of the amount of crab. Risotto rice is really cheap, you're only using 10% of a bag. So I would say to actually...
So is that about 100 grams of risotto?
Yeah. I think you could produce that dish for less than £2.50. So.
Fine.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just don't want to leave him standing any longer. Hi, Tom. Love the look of this.
It's beautiful.
Tom's dish is spider crab consommé, seasoned with fennel, accompanied with a sea vegetable and samphire salad.
Are you not happy with it?
A few concerns
Yes,
on the consommé.
Not clear enough.
No, not clear enough.
Let's go, shall we? I love this dish. It tastes fantastic. My fear is that for £21, I think a customer might feel like they were being a bit shortchanged. There's not enough heft to it. It's supposed to be a main course dish. It should be an amazing starter. But it needs something to bulk it out.
I think you're underdoing yourself, really. I think for an hour to produce that dish, I think you've done it. Yes, the clarification isn't as clear as we would expect, and I think, yes, it is probably a really good starter.
Yeah, well done. Sam?
Beautiful flavours.
Beautiful.
Is there half a crab in there? Definitely?
Yeah.
Costing, do you think?
Half a crab, £2.50, and maybe 50p worth of vegetables on there. £3, yes.
Great. Thank you very much. So without further ado, darling, on to yours.
Martin's cooked spider crab croquettes, seasoned with white wine and served with roasted pepper coulis.
I mean, this is definitely a main course dish. There's a lot there. I'm longing to try it. After you. I really enjoyed that. I mean, the crab really comes through. You've kept all the flavour.
I like the red pepper coulis as well. I like that.
Yeah, definitely me. They're very rich, so I think probably smaller and 3 of them, because it's a very, very intense flavour. Really amazing dish.
Clever dish.
Costing?
If I was going off half a crab, I'd put it at £17, which is obviously a good markup.
Sam, do you want to say how much of the crab you'd have expected them to use for?
I would expect it all used.
So err on the side of generosity here. And so maybe you'll keep that in mind this afternoon when making your signature dishes. Thank you, all of you. We figured that you may want to try each other, so there's a set of cutlery for you each there, and we're going to go off and discuss. See you in a minute.
Yeah, boys.
Well done, mate.
Nice one.
So,
do you want to try this one?
Come on.
Too, mate.
I'll stick with mine then, boys.
OK, no.
I'll save some of the ball for you as well, mate.
That's fine.
Let's talk about Aaron first. And he gave us a costing of about £2.50. I mean, what did you think about that?
I thought that seemed a little low for what he'd used.
And I think he's kind of undersold that dish.
Yeah, his pricings are out, and that's a big problem.
I like the idea of it, and actually I love the bonbons.
Yeah.
I mean, the main thing for me was that overpowering Pernod.
It was so
it was, you know, there was no subtlety there.
Yeah.
You know, I love Pernod, I love tarragon.
Don't we know it?
Don't we know it?
Then we had Tom, who got one big thing right, which was the cooking time of the crab. His dish showed great grace and elegance. The consommé was great, but the white meat got completely lost in that.
Completely lost, which was a shame. I mean, it looked beautiful, and then, as you say, the consommé tasted beautiful, but yeah, not a £21 dish.
Martin's dish was one that I thought had enormous amounts of potential.
Yeah.
You know, the rusticity of it. Yeah. Too much portion.
Yeah.
You were worried.
Great flavour now.
Nothing to be worried
Well,
about.
it's overpowering.
But he managed to get the flavour of the crab. My goodness, it came through really strongly.
That was good. Well done, boys.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, Mum.
It's good.
Good.
I don't think there's not a clear leader yet, is there?
No.
So it will be really interesting to see what they come up with.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's midday, and it's time for the chefs' formal interviews. All three will be cross-examined on their character and suitability.
I believe I'll be a good leader, a good head chef. I'm an inspirer, I'm a pioneer. I bring the best out in people.
First up is Aaron.
Oh, the boys, all the best. All the best, okay? Don't burn anything while I'm gone.
I'll look after your stove for you, Chef, don't worry.
Leave it alone. You know?
I might nab your scallops though, buddy.
Cheers, no, leave them
Best,
alone.
mate. All the best.
Hello.
Hey, Sam, Alex.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
So, the first and obvious question is, do you think you come over as a bit cocky?
Yeah, no, well, of course I do. But name a chef who doesn't. You know, when we're talking about the job, I am, you know, I'm financially aware, I'm commercial aware, you know, and maybe this is what this place needs, Sam.
You've been over 14 years in one place. Why do you want to change now?
I've got to the stage in my career where quality is going to start taking over quantity. I'm passionate and I'm dedicated.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I'm 42 years of age this year, Alex, and I've got another 20 years of me easily.
You're clearly likeable, but there's clearly got to be a line sometimes. You know, to turn around and call your prospective boss, you know, what was it? Love? And for that to be literally the second sentence to be said was quite alarming to me.
I do apologise.
So, just interesting.
That's just my mind. That's how I come across, especially in a heated kitchen.
Obviously not in the job interview at the second or third sentence.
I take that back. Unbelievable. What am I love?
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe I should hold my tongue. I do apologise.
It's just interesting because you've got a rosette.
That's right. I'm the only restaurant in the area to hold a rosette in the town of Newquay. Yeah, I achieved that on my own, solely on my own. But I'd like to bring that to here.
I don't have any more questions for the moment.
I'm good.
And then anything else?
You've really put me on edge, Sam. Thanks for that. Should I call you Mum?
No.
Tell me, hold on. Get cooking,
Boss, maybe.
And then...
boss, yes.
Boss. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, boss.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you, darling.
Thank you. Thank you, boss.
Bye. So, I mean, on the positive side, he seemed really keen. He really wanted to make a good impression on us.
Yeah, he was clearly likeable. He was a very likeable chap.
Likeable chap. He shows loyalty and dedication.
Sam did mention that I called her love. I think I justified myself, but hopefully Sam will take that into account and won't be too upset by that, especially if she will be my boss, hopefully, in the near future.
Oh, my gosh, you chopped him off at the knees when you mentioned his love comment.
Well, I just think it needed to be brought up because, you know, it was just... It just floored me because I just wasn't ready for it and it's just not the correct way to start off.
I know, I think he was really taken aback by that and I
do feel a bit bad now.
Well, I don't feel bad, but I think it's shaken him up a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back from that.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up is the youngest of our chefs, Tom.
The passion for being in kitchens and cooking, it's what I've always wanted to do. It's what I enjoy doing. My life revolves around that. It's just something inside me says, this is what you need to be doing and keep doing it.
So why do you want this job?
To me, Porthleven is a beautiful little town. It's a fishing port, and to me, being here, being able to cook something that we can get for literally just outside the doorstep is perfect to me. I love cooking seafood. It's the perfect position for me.
One of the things that Sam's kind of trying to work out is how to make sure that this place stands out. What would you do?
To make this place stand out, I would cook to my best ability. Aim for rosettes. That's my goal. 2, 3 rosettes, obviously for my CV. That's all I've ever done. Is rosette work.
Does it matter to you whether Sam wants rosettes or not?
Obviously it does. At the end of the day, if you don't want to get them, then I can still cook to that level. Obviously, that level of food brings people in. But again, it's the consistency. Obviously, my goal is to go for rosettes. It's an accolade for any chef that wants to make a name for himself in the industry, and I do.
Why do you think Sam should give you the job?
Because I'm passionate, consistent in my work, highly driven, motivated, and will do anything to succeed, in all honesty.
OK. I don't have any more questions, do you? Thank you very much, Tom. Nice talking to you. I mean, the things that really stood out is I can't understand someone who isn't asking you what you want from your restaurant.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, there's no point saying he wants to achieve rosettes when that really isn't your aim here.
And I would have expected that to be a question.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for?
Meeting Sam, I see her passion of where she wants to take the restaurant, and I think that gives me the confidence to prove that I'm the right person for the job.
He's such a nice young man.
Such a nice young man.
I don't doubt his dedication.
Or his ability. I mean, he's clearly a very talented chef.
To be 24 and to be that personable, to be able to talk to people with that facility, so articulate, so charming.
You can tell that he'd motivate people and he'd be a good influence to have round. But I just don't know if we're quite right for him.
Last but not least is family man, Martin.
It's really important to get this job, so I've got a stable position, basically. So I've got a steady income for my family, really, and so I can keep a name going for myself.
Hi.
Hello.
Do sit down. Why are you giggling nervously?
I'm nervous.
Well, that's scary. Yeah. Well, my first question, I suppose, is obviously you've got the catering company. What would happen to that if you were here?
I was going to see if it's possible to do a one weekend, which would be the Oyster Festival, because that's the one weekend where I could make some money for our family to support, and it's just that one weekend. And if my wife
What date's that?
I'm not 100%. But it's literally one weekend in the summer. And then after that, my wife sort of wants to knock it on the head as well now. She's
Why is that?
She wants, well, both for stability. I've got a little girl and...
How old?
She's nearly 2. So, yeah, I've got to have more stability and I want to be able to shine somewhere, so, yeah.
What would you say is your strength and what's your weakness?
My strength is my energy. I've got a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of passion. And my weakness is when it's quiet. I can start twiddling my thumbs when I feel a bit lost, because I feel like, you know, if you've got all your mise en place done, the place is dead, you're completely prepped and ready to go.
Porthleven is really seasonal.
Yeah, I know the second.
100 in August to maybe 20 on a really quiet night in November. And obviously, with a head chef wage, you know, that's the one thing we don't want to see is someone twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah.
So, you know,
if I'm kept busy, that's brilliant for me.
Within 2 years, what would you like to see yourself
I'd like to put my stamp on somewhere. I'd like people to come round to the restaurant to come and have my food and to be able to get, you know, to blow it out of the water, basically, and push forward.
I think I'm happy.
Yeah,
Are you happy?
absolutely.
We're going to let you get back into the kitchen,
Yeah,
and then any more
fantastic.
questions we've got to ask you, we'll ask you in the kitchen.
Brilliant.
Is that OK?
Cool, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
You're welcome. Cheers.
So clearly enthusiastic and energetic, and I believe him that he wants to put his stamp somewhere. It's just, I don't know whether, you know, a chef has got to have very controlled, constant energy. And, you know, he seems, in a way, Tom seems older than his years, and Martin seems younger than his years.
Yeah.
I'm actually shaking, mate. That's horrible. No, that was really nerve-wracking. And I think I could have blown it just from the interview. I'll be honest.
One of the things I thought was when he said he'd like the weekend off for the Falmouth Oyster Festival, if you were coming for an interview, the first thing you'd know is that date, because it could be a wedding here, it could be a really important date for us. You would have that ready. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, if it's so important to you that you want to keep it clear, you would know when it is.
That was the hardest interview I've ever had in my life because it's just the pressure. It's like because my CV's so big, but I've always been floating about here, there and everywhere, and I haven't had to settle.
Mine's the complete opposite, Martin, right? Because I've been in a place for so long to still have it, still got it, never lost it. Do you know what I mean? Be able to move on with that.
My whole body, I can feel my heart pounding across my body. It's just nerve-wracking. It was, actually. I don't think I've ever been that nervous in an interview.
You won't believe it. I called her love. That is a false habit.
I can believe that with you.
But we all call each other love, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
To an extent.
I like love.
Don't, mate. Don't.
Should have done it. Should have done it proper Cornish. Right, my lovely.
Right, my love.
Right, my love.
My love.
I have big questions about every one of these chefs, and all I care about, actually, is not just how good chefs they are, but whether their ethos and their cooking gels with Sam's ideas and what she wants for her restaurant.
The chef's final test is to prepare a pre-planned signature dish that fits the restaurant's rustic dining style and is in budget. Sam aims for a gross profit of 75%, so the cost of the combined ingredients should be around 1/5 of the menu price. Currently, main dishes range from £14 to £25.
The dish I've chosen says a lot about me. It's very simple, it's classic, and it looks attractive.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Sam.
What are you doing for us?
We have some hake, which is sustainable all year round. Okay, some local scallops, hand-dived. In fact, yeah, I think these are from the loo. Some mussels. I just added for myself personally, I've just added a little bit of prawns, okay? Just because prawns have got a fuller flavour. But, you know, you don't have to, if you wanted it completely local.
That sounds nice.
So it's a case of, at this moment, I'm just picking some herbs. Not too much aniseed going through here. We have, okay, so we've stepped back off that. I've also opened a couple of mussels already and just slightly poached them in a little bit of wine, no Pernod, okay? It's a versatile dish.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Alex. What I've done here, I've just made a small stock from the fish, from the mussels. So what we're going to have a little fish stock in there, okay, a little bit of cream, and now we're making the fricasseed.
So, signature dishes, Aaron's first. What do you think?
A lot going in there. Yeah, but interesting, really, it looks lovely. I'm looking forward to trying his, with the crab mash as well.
Yeah,
there's a lot that goes into it.
That's a good idea. Do you think it would sit well on the menu?
I do. I think it sounds lovely. But I think it would sit really well.
So he gave us a total dish cost of £7.65. He added VAT on at 20%. He gave us a selling price of £27. So, you know...
And it has room for movement, as he said, by cutting it down or... Yeah. So he understood it very well, which is good.
OK. I have to say I've warmed up a bit to Aaron.
Likeable. You can't help but like him.
Yeah. He's trying very hard now. But I'm longing to see what this dish is like.
I do hope that dish is a winning dish, and I believe it is. As long as it's seasoned and it tastes perfect, it shows me as a chef who uses local produce and creates simple dishes.
Young Tom.
Yes.
What are you cooking for us?
I'm doing a simple mullet dish with hazelnut crust and a smoked bacon pearl barley risotto, finishing that with some sea vegetables. I
like the idea of pearl barley, I must say. A bit different.
You know, it's a simple dish. It really is. It's elegant. It looks nice on the plate. There's plenty of colours there. You know, I can get it to cost and budget any day of the week.
I feel like I'm in safe hands.
Well, yeah, maybe too calm.
Yeah, we'll see. There's always a chance to mess it up at the last minute.
Well, this is it.
All right, thanks.
Obviously, with normal risotto, it's easy to cook it, overcook it. Pearl barley, you know, it needs a long time to cook.
Tom, his Cost total was £4.57. His selling price was £17.50. He forgot, however, to include the VAT, so it would go a bit higher than that. It would be nearer the £20 mark.
Yeah.
What do you think of the dish, first of all?
I think the dish sounds lovely. So I'll be interested to see, following on from, you know, his dish earlier, whether it's got that same elegance, but just a little bit more substance.
My food can stand out because it's great food, great presentation, and it's tasty, and it's all fresh. I use local produce and fresh ingredients, and you know that's all you need for your food to really stand out.
Martin, what are you giving us tonight?
I'm going to do a lobster arancini with a crispy kale and tarragon aioli.
Arancini balls are traditionally made from leftover risotto, coated with breadcrumbs and fried.
It doesn't have to be lobster, it can be anything, but it can be a sharing dish, it can be a starter, and it can be a main. So
I warn you, I am a very skilled arancini
That is what put me off. Seriously, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, no pressure at all.
I'm really excited. I've
really nervous.
I've never had a lobster arancino before.
No pressure.
And frankly, I'm looking forward to it.
brilliant, fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
What I've got here is the risotto cooled down so it can form the balls for the arancini. I'm just about to place the lobster and parmesan and herb mix into it and make the balls.
Martin, he's given a total dish cost of £8.23. He correctly worked out that the retail price should be £27.
You wouldn't expect maybe to pay £27 for something like that, you know. I don't know, that's the only thing that worries me. Lovely idea. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Honestly, I've never tried anything like it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
First to plate is Aaron.
If I got the job, I would be ecstatic. It would be almost like a dream come true because I feel I have so much to give to the place.
No, not what I want it to taste like. Not like I want it to taste. Too acidy. OK, we've got time, we've got time. Better. I think the nerve's got the better of me here. I am happy with it, but it's not how it normally tastes, so I'm hoping it will come across OK with Alex and Sam, but who knows? We'll see.
That looks beautiful, chef.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It does, mate.
Hello.
OK, ladies.
Thank you very much.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Are you happy with this dish?
Yeah, presentation-wise, yes.
It looks beautiful.
It's stunning. Yeah, it looks absolutely
Thank you very
lovely.
much.
Aaron's dish is pan-fried hake, accompanied by locally caught scallops, mussels and prawns, finished off with a crab mashed potato. Costing £7.65, he has put a selling price on it of £27.
It's a high price point, but by goodness, you do feel like you'd be getting your money's worth there. Yeah. So shall we? Have you tried that? Well, I love the mash. What do you think?
I love the mash.
Fish?
It's perfectly cooked. I can't fault it.
Well, it's just me then. OK, that's just me being critical, me being too confident.
Really
And
like that.
obviously, I'm all about forward
I wouldn't have thought
thinking.
this was the same chef.
Oh, come on.
It's a compliment.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Take it.
Thank you.
Take it and shut up.
Oh, yeah, OK. OK, yeah, OK. Thank you.
Well done.
Come and try this. Because this is the kind of thing you love cooking.
It's really lovely. It's got a real comfort feeling to it.
Thank you.
It's like a different chef's cooked it.
You're back now, aren't you? God.
Yeah.
Do take
Thank
it
you
into
very
the
much.
kitchen so that the other chefs can try some.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Sam. Mark?
Yeah, thank you.
So I wanted Mark to try that because that's exactly the kind of dish that him and I love and we wanted to put on the menu. That just absolutely says it all, doesn't it?
Simple, fresh,
Yeah.
home-cooked, with the wow factor.
Blown away by it, boys. Honestly, I'm surprised myself. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting criticism.
I've just got to make sure that I follow up with something.
Listen,
Just as good.
Of course you will. Of course you will.
But I'm going to make a couple of extra of these just to quickly try.
Next to serve is Tom.
I'm feeling pretty confident and I think I've got luck on my side to win it. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, lovely dish, mate. Well done. Yeah, spot on.
Spot on. Really, really nice.
Hi, Tom. Thank you.
Tom's cooked pan-roasted mullet with a hazelnut crust, smoked bacon and pearl barley risotto, finished off with sea vegetables. Costing £4.57, he has put a selling price on it of £17.50. However, he hasn't added VAT.
Go on, Sam, you first. I salute you on your pearl barley. I mean, that is really hard to get right, and it is delicious. Really, really delicious. I find the fish a bit dry.
Yeah. There's lots of little elements in there, but nothing that gives me the, oh, wow, that's amazing. That ties the dish together.
What would you have done differently?
Probably made the hazelnut the crust a little bit thinner, and I would have probably lost the skin on there, in all honesty. You know, I know where I went wrong. Just a shame, really.
Do you think what you're aiming for and what Sam is aiming for, time?
I mean, rosettes obviously is something I want to do, and if that's not the route see yourself doesn't want to go, then, you know, that's fair enough. Obviously, it is my goal. It's a dream. It's a passion for me to do that. And obviously, you know, if I'm not the right person for the job, I'm not the right person. Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Take that in, and then your other chefs can try it if they want to.
Thank you.
Thanks. We all like Tom. He's a charming, personable, you know, dedicated, talented man.
I think he was worried about his dish. I think he was so conscious that the dish wasn't right and it hadn't worked out how he wanted it, and he was just so nervous. And he's so young.
He's gone.
You know, there was a few things. Overall, good. Just a few elements. You know, it's disappointing, the few things. Obviously, it was a little bit dry.
So busy thinking about the dish that he wanted to do and not the dish that should fit into here.
Yeah. I mean, there were elements of the dish that would fit in well. There were definitely but he hadn't really tied the dish together.
No.
There was no thought of how he can tie it all in to make it the dish that he wanted.
No.
Shame.
Real shame.
Live and learn.
You put me in a room with a load of people and say there's a goal to win. To be honest, I'm aiming for that goal. You've got the opportunity to win it. You want to be the best. You want to push yourself forward.
You know what, Tom, I'd eat that, mate, wouldn't you?
It's nice, yeah.
Too kind.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious.
Last to plate is Martin.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, good luck, Martin.
Hi.
So about the Ratley plate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin's dish is a lobster arancini with crispy kale, lobster garnish and tarragon aioli. With his combined ingredients totalling £8.23 and a selling price of £27, Martin's dish is also over the restaurant's top-end menu price.
Why is the plate cold?
Schoolboy error.
Yeah, correct answer. I'm going to try it. I don't know whether, in principle, I approve of lobster arancini, but technically, as an arancino, it wasn't bad.
For me, it looked a little bit like a car crash on the plate.
What saves it is it tastes good.
It does. It tastes really good.
For me,
I didn't expect that.
For me, it's like eating crisps.
Yep.
It like leads. I've had one, and I want another one, and I want another one, because, you know, for you, you've seasoned it really well.
Quite brave to make something you've never made before as your signature dish.
Yeah, it was brave.
No.
I'd just like to see if you could cook a piece of fish.
There was a big question, which...
Yeah, I think it just goes back to your CV, which was the settling down thing, and obviously, you know, you've only done 6 months anywhere, and obviously my biggest worry is whoever we take on now, I want to be with us for the next, you know, 4 years.
I want long-term work and want to put my stamp on it, because I have got lots more to offer. I really have. If I can get the opportunities again, I'll blow you away.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Do you want to take it in so that the other chefs can try it? We appreciate it.
Nice one. Thank you. Cheers.
Was that a little harsh?
That was very harsh. I thought that under my breath, you know.
I know. He's applying for a head chef.
I know.
He's applying for a head chef.
Trying too hard.
He was trying too hard. And if you saw arancini balanced on little bits of crispy kale and a sauce and a cold plate, you would go, what is this?
How'd you get on?
Flavour was there, seasoning was perfect, looked like a car crash on the plate.
To be honest with you, that's only because you're a nurse.
I should have done a dish that I've been practising a million times over, which in hindsight, yeah, I should have. Yeah. What a numpty.
He is applying for this position of a blank canvas, and he has...
I know, but you know what? I just have such a good...
I like him.
I believe him.
I believe him.
His desire to have this job.
It depends what we want to go for. Do you want to?
Well, look, I'm gonna let you two discuss it for a moment. Let you think.
Okay.
The chefs have given their all. It's now a waiting game.
Let's see what happens. That's all we can do.
Martin, he's young and he's fresh, and also I could tell that he was integrity with everything. He was really passionate about what he did, and he wanted you to believe in his food, and he wanted to work with you.
We bet's on you, all due respect.
No, come on, no, my bet's on Tom.
I did absolutely love Aaron's dish, though. I just thought it was so our restaurant.
It was absolutely lovely.
His first dish was not great.
Seasoned well, but it wasn't great. But equally, going back to Tom's dish, there were parts of that dish that were really us.
I think my only downfall is the food I want to do. I want to take it too high, maybe.
You got to walk before you run.
It's decision time.
Chefs, thank you so much for today. We've really enjoyed seeing all of you and your food, and Sam has come to a decision, I believe, so over to you.
Hard decision. Aaron, you know, your end dish was just absolutely sublime. It was amazing. It blew me away, totally stops in our tracks. On the flip side, I just worry how we'd work together, but I also worry that where you are at the moment is a lot bigger, and it worries me where you'd fit in here with that in mind. Tom, absolutely lovely. You know, we just thought you were just such a lovely person. Clearly passionate. Martin, I really admired you doing something like the arancini balls. I thought that was so brave, I really did. But at the same time, I wish I'd just seen something really simple, you know, just a little bit more, just simplistic, really.
Come on. So, have you made a decision?
I have. After a lot of discussions, and I talked to Mark and we spoke to Alex, and I think I had to go with my heart. And because of that, I'm going to give Martin another chance.
What a Martin. What a mate. Brilliant, mate.
Well done, mate.
Oh, what a mate. Well done, buddy.
Well done. Looking forward to seeing something.
Well done, darling.
Thank you, I won't let you down. I really won't. I'm going to blow you away next time. I really will.
OK. Yeah, you've got a lot to prove.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes! Oh, yes!
Cheers, lads. Oh, man.
No, awesome. Well done, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
It was a really hard decision to make, but I think that passion just pushed Martin that little bit forward, and actually seeing his reaction, it was completely the right decision to make.
I'm shaking. I can't believe I can't believe I won, and I really thought it was Aaron. I did not expect in a million years for them to pick me. So obviously they see something in me, and I'm gonna show them why I should be head chef here.
Maybe I shouldn't have called Sam Love. That didn't help, did it? And working in a heated kitchen, maybe she might take that the wrong way in future.
Maybe I want too much and I want to push it a lot further than what Amelies are ready for.
I think Sam made the right decision. The reaction that we saw from Martin was very satisfying. He's still got a lot to prove, and he's got to prove to us that he can really cook. But he was the chef with the passion, with the desire to be here, and I think it was the only decision that Sam could make.